Good morning. Good morning from the Quilted Chicken Farm. I'm up early this morning, so I'm going to sew for a little bit and see if you guys want to chat for a bit. You can't see my blocks behind me, but I've been working on them. And tilt you up, see, there they are. Those are the ones I'm going to be working on. But be working down here on Maybelline. Let's see where I want to start. I think I want to sew this one. I think that's the one I want to sew up, and then I've got some more cut out. Let's start with getting these off here. Good morning, Linda Brookshire. Good morning. Linda, do you have your pencil and paper? I'll give you a crash course on this block if you want it. The center one's 4.5, and these are 4.5 by 2.5, and these are 2.5 by 2.5. And I know you know what I'm talking about, so you can whip them out just pretty quick, I think. Good morning, Rowena. How are you this morning? I'm waiting to hear the little rooster crow. I've heard him crow already a couple times. That's centered. They're not exactly the same size, but I'm going to make them work. Good morning, Love the Land Homestead. Good morning. I'm not the only one up this morning. That's Linda and Rowena and Love the Land Homestead, but I'm not seeing very many people in here, but that's okay. Nice little quiet good morning. Get those other ones. They're going to fall off my board. I can tell. I'm not going to talk too loud or too much because my husband's still in bed. I don't want to wake him up because then he'd get up and then I'd have to make his breakfast. So let's just let him sleep, okay? Wouldn't that be the best? Because when he gets up, then I have to take care of him. Right now, this is my time. My time and our time. You know, I love that block too, Rowena. It come from a book. Let me show you. It come from this book called Playful Pre-Cut. So I don't know if you can find the pattern, but it's called Sunday Drive. See if I can show it to you. Dropping stuff off. I was going to show you a different. Find a different picture. This is what it looks like. Can you tell from that? So you could probably figure it out without having to buy a pattern. Good morning, Dee. Because these in the center is 4.5, and then those others are 2.5 and 2.5 and 4.5 by 2.5. So if you're smart, you can figure it out. And I know you guys are smart. All you sewers, I know you are, can do all kinds of stuff. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Marty from Ontario, Canada. Well, I wasn't sure if I recognized your name or not, Marty, but now we know you. Y'all say hi to Marty. I've got some other YouTube friends from Canada. We're not all from down here in the southern United States. We're from all over. So y'all say hi to Marty. Love the land homestead. If I was smart, I'd make notes so I wouldn't have to remember everything the first time. I don't want to be tested on who's who because I'd flunk the test sometimes. Who's who and where they're from, I'd flunk that test. See, we're just all good, friendly folk in here. See, Dee's saying hi to Marty. There's not very many of us in here right now, Marty, and there may not be this time of the morning. Love the Land Homestead says, my mom used to go to quilt shows in the States with her quilting guild friends. I don't belong to a quilt guild, but I may join one someday. There is a local one. But I'm just too busy to go to meetings. Hello, Cindy Hughes again. Cindy Hughes from Arkansas is in the house. Me and Cindy's both Arkansans. Let me see what I want next. Yes, ma'am, she says. Cindy hadn't been here very many times. She's almost new. But if you come once and they get to know you, you're not new anymore. You're just part of the morning crew. Do you hear that rooster? I was talking, but I heard that rooster crow. You heard him? He was a crowing. I'll be quiet so we can listen to him crow. And I've forgotten exactly who it was, but somebody's named him Willie Nelson. So that's Willie Nelson, the rooster. And he's making a mess on my porch by roosting out there. And some of y'all know that Rooster, my little Heidi dog, little rat terrier, don't get along. And that Rooster chases her off sometimes. I think I woke him up. Sometimes you miss meetings because of being busy. And right now, I've got garden stuff coming off that's keeping me busy. And sometimes I just get tired and sit down and don't do nothing. What am I making? It's a Scrappy one, but I'm making this one on the cover right here. It's called Sunday Drive, and it's out of this book. I bought this book to sell in the shop. Well, I got two of them, and one of them I've done sold, and it's on its way. But I'm using this book for a few minutes. I'm trying to keep it all neat and pretty, but I am making that quilt out of it. And Linda says, good morning, everyone. Denise Whelan, it's too early. I know it's early. I almost missed Denise Whelan coming in. Good morning, niece. Did I miss anybody else? If I did, I apologize. I get distracted. Now, see, and my quilt's going to be all scrappy. I'll show you. Look up here above me. Well, move that light. Aren't those going to be pretty blocks? I just love those little stars that's going to be in them. Isn't that pretty? And I guess it'll be 20 blocks, 4 by 5 maybe is what I'm going to make. So it's going to be Scrappy. Do you want to look at the quilt or you want to look down at the sewing machine? Don't matter. Don't matter to me. Don't look at me though. Sometimes I overthink what colors to put in the Scrappy one though. Where am I at? I'm going to move this right here so I can lay these down so I can try not to mess them up because I don't want to have to rip them out if I mess them up. And this morning, before I went live, I cut some pretty bright yellow pieces. I can't wait to sew them and get them up there. Aren't they going to be pretty? So I've got my little 2.5 inch squares cut, my 2.5 by 4.5 cut. And on this one, I've got this pretty pink one cut to go with it. So I can't wait to get that one sewed up because I think it's going to be pretty. This one I'm working on is kind of a little bland, but you have to have some of the bland along with the pretties. Yes, Dee, I love that yellow. I cut the pieces for 2 yellow ones this morning. Get them lined up. I'm going to tilt you down just a bit. Is that sewing machine making too much racket? If it is, we'll just talk. I can't see that comment. I've almost finished with the quilt with 2.5 inch squares. Oh, we'd love to see it. We all love seeing other people's work. 2.5 inch squares are kind of small, but little Scrappy piece. Linda's having coffee. I'll get me another sip of coffee too. I've got my coffee. And Linda, you want to introduce yourself? Where are you from? Because we've got another Linda in here too. We've got Linda Brookshire, and then we've got just plain Linda. And Love the Land Homestead for you guys that just come in. She's Marty from Canada. Bargello ready to quilt. I'm wanting to make a Bargello. You know, they come out, what was it, 20, 30 years ago they started making them. And I've never actually made one. Linda's from Georgia. Well, hello, Linda from Georgia. I'm going to sew another line of these things. I'd like to get a couple blocks made this morning while I talk to you guys before I have to go start breakfast. That Rowena, that one you showed with the, what was it? The stars and the bars kind of thing. That was so pretty. Can't remember the name of it. What was the name of that one again? And I never did get that free pattern printed off. You know what though? Every day I see another new pattern I think I need to start. And Linda says her favorite color is yellow. Is there flying geese in the block? Just a second. Yeah, Linda, I'll show you. Let's get Linda this one. That's the block. So this is the flying geese up here around it. And the little 4 patch on each corner. Can you see that, Linda? It's actually easy to do. And it makes a 12.5-inch block. Stars and Ladders, that was it. Y'all need to check out Stars and Ladders. Rowena made it. It was pretty. There's so many to make. I know. Every day I see a new one that's pretty. A new fabric comes out. And yesterday, I'm going to tell on myself, I was up at the quilt shop yesterday while those guys were up there putting in that mini split. And I went through a bunch of stuff, and I've got a big old box of junk. There's some of it fabrics that I'm gonna throw it away because my clutter's gotten way out of hand. So I've just got to downsize on some of it. So for Linda, all those pieces in there is either 2.5 by 4.5. And what I'm saying is that you wouldn't have to buy this expensive book to make that quilt on the cover. And these little pieces, the little stars are 3.5 with 2-inch points on it. I don't have one of them, but 2 inches on the little points on those stars on the sashing. And if you don't understand me, I'll say it again if I need to. But if you wanted a book, this one really has some cute stuff in it. See if I can find a picture. It's got all those blocks in it. So you'd be getting more than just the one. Oh, Cozy Farmhouse. Look at Cozy Farmhouse. That's a cute block. And here's one that's got the heart in it. Let's look up Cozy Farmhouse. I guess the one on the cover was just drawing my attention. Look at that one. Isn't that pretty? I think that's pretty. And that's just a wall hanging, so it wouldn't be too big. But inside of each block down here, inside of each one, they put something different. Did they put the kitty cat in one of them? The heart in one of them? I was looking for Cozy Farmhouse. There it is. Oh, look at that one. And that'd be a pretty good beginner one, wouldn't it? Called Cozy Farmhouse. All right, I'm gonna go back to sewing. I'm not going to get 2 blocks made this morning if I don't get busy. Well, a lot of this was just old. It was really scrappy stuff. It just had to be got something done with it. It wasn't the good stuff. I promise it wasn't, because I wouldn't get rid of good stuff. I'm not that way. You know, this is a good book. I only got 2 of them, and one's already sold. And it's Playful Pre-Cut Quilts. 15 projects with blocks to mix and match is what it says. And let's see, Amanda Niederhauser is the author of it. Get my seams turned. I had that one all started, but it's put together, and it's not as pretty as some of them, but that's what it looks like. And I'm going to put it over here so I can press it good before I hang it up on the wall. I didn't never do the potato chip block. I guess a lot of people did, but I didn't ever do that one. There's some of them that some people just love, and I don't love them as much as other people does. All right, I'm going to work on this one right here, I think. Put that in the center. It's got a little bit of a wrinkle in it. I'm going to flatten it out. Good morning, Sarah Stitches. How are you today? That's the way it's going to start. Whoop, and they all fall down. I'm telling you, I kind of spent a lot of money on this little board, and it don't work near that cheap tablecloth back there behind me. How about that? I thought I would get all fancy and get one of these Lori Holt boards. Now, I'm going to start like that. Now I've got to make these little 4 patches with these little 2.5-inch squares. Got 8 of those and 8 little white ones. Now I'm going to make the little 4 patches. That Willie's just out there crowing on the porch. I'll let him talk to you while I sew a minute. And Love the Land Homestead Marty is saying good morning to Sarah. Sarah, Marty from Love the Land Homestead's new in here this morning. And Linda from Georgia. And then there's Linda Brookshire from Kansas. Now this pattern has all these little pieces cut like this. To me, it might be easier if we sewed them together and then cut them apart. But I was just going by the pattern. Needs a little strip piecing in them instead of one at a time. Sarah says she's doing good. Her knee's still stiff, but the more you work it, the better it'll get. That's true, but you don't want to overwork it either. Good morning, Carol Seymour. How are you today? Sarah says hi to Carol. Carol's not sure yet. She just got up. I just woke up, got to get coffee, LOL. And Carol, Love the Land Homestead. Marty's in here from Canada this morning. I got my coffee. I'm going to drink it. It was kind of hot when I first set it over here. Now I can drink it. And Cindy says her eyes are barely open. Mine are too. But I tell you what, I'll be in bed early tonight, getting up this early this morning. I'll go early to bed. I guess if I go to bed early at night, I can get up early in the morning. So I gotta have my sleep though. I gotta get it sometime or another. I can't go without sleep. Now, see, I end up with all these little pieces, and it would have been a whole lot easier to strip piece them. But the pattern didn't do that. I'm gonna press them before I sew them, just because. Laying over here. I don't, in this house, I don't have an official place where I sew. When I have kids come down to eat or something, the grandkids and the family, I have to clean off my table. And then I have to reorganize and pick everything back up. I think that's why when I put it in a box, sometimes it don't get tucked back out for a while. Now I'm gonna make those little 4 patches. Just take 2 of them and flip them. Good morning, Bernice. Bernice has got animal chores. What all kind of animals do you have, Bernice? I know you have chickens, don't you? Tilt that down. hate when I reach up there sometimes. Then you see my fat arms. I got fat arms. I ain't no spring chicken no more. More like an old fat hen. Bernice is getting the book, one of the books. Bernice, I think you'll enjoy that book. I thought it was a little on the pricey side, but I think you'll enjoy it. But I kind of cheated this morning. I was telling some of the ladies the sizes on these little squares here. And some of these experienced quilters, they'll be able to figure it out pretty quick. We all have the extra wings. It embarrasses me sometimes, but it is what it is. My husband loves me wings and all, so that's okay. Now, you're past the spring chicken. Me too. Me too. I'm a long way past the spring chicken. Two more, and I'm going to show it to you again. I could put a burlap sack on my husband. I could put a burlap sack on, and my husband would tell me how beautiful I am. You know, they do. They love us, ever how we look. They really do. And that's a good husband, Sarah. He's a keeper. And Sarah, how long have you guys been married? Me and my husband have been married. It will be 44 years this fall, early this fall. Then went to Rooster. Now, is it focusing? I'm not sure if it is or not. But I put those little pieces there. Now, I'm going to take these white ones. I'm going to put a white one and make some flying geese. And you know what? I think I may put that little green on there. Let me find some green to do them flying geese. 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm going to cut me 8 of them out of this green strip. Get the wrinkles out of it. I've wadded it up and it's wrinkled. Good morning, Deb. 34 years. Now, I'm going to stand up while I cut these because I don't think I can do it sitting down. Not like I want to. I've got a little cutting board right here. All I'm going to do, I don't have to show y'all what I'm doing. Y'all do this better than I do. Trim the end off. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I want this spot in a minute to trim the ears off of the, oh, look there, found some more little piece blocks. Scoot that back. Now we'll make some flying geese. Let me see what I missed. Yeah, good morning to Deb. I'm going back up, see if I don't miss anything here. Cindy Hughes is 7. Yes, we're still young. We are. All right. Now, do you guys like to make flying geese? Not really my favorite thing because there's so many steps to it. Sew it one way, cut it, and press it, and that you keep having to bring it back and sew it again. Good morning, Ginger. How many we got in the house this morning? How many we got at the Quilt Chicken Farm? We got 26 in here. 26 of y'all are up early before 6 o'clock in the morning. It's 5:35 Central Time at my place. All right, there's one side of them. I'm gonna cut them ears off. I think I'm gonna stand up to do it. Be right here. Gonna be another hot one here today. Hot day. Now I'm gonna press them. Now, half done. Well, I lost 2 of them. Where did they go? I thought I cut 8 of them. I'm going to have to cut 2 more. I don't know where they went. They disappeared. They're not hiding any place. Don't watch me count them. I thought I counted 8 of them. That Rooster Denise, hey Denise, heard that Rooster is crowing now this morning. Then later, the more minutes that go by, the more he starts crowing. That's Willie. Y'all say good morning to Willie the Rooster. Willie Nelson. He was named by one of you guys. All right, I'm going to have to get me 2 more of those things. Because I sure don't know where they went. There's another one. They just disappeared on me. $60 in Maryland this morning. High 84. Yes, I'd go out early too. Well, hadn't fell in my lap, caught it. I've got a little piece of that tape on my sewing machine. You probably can't see it with the line. So when I aim for it when I'm sewing these diagonal strips. One more. Now, I'll trim those off and press them. Then I'm going to put them over there with my pink and my yellow. I know you're in Central Arkansas, Denise. I see you on Facebook, so I knew you was because you're friends with Cindy. And you asked me the other day when I went live, and I can't tell you. I go live whenever I want to go live. There's no set time. Iowa, Deb's in Iowa. 66 today, going up to 86. Good morning, Kathy Bruton. LOL. Last night I gave up and cut a piece. As soon as I did, it showed up. The afternoon showed up. This afternoon, the expected feels like over 100. It's going to be hot here too. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I cut 8 of them pieces. I thought I counted them as I was cutting them and lay them over here. Now I'm going to trim these ears off. I stand up so I can do it right. Sometimes there's just some things I can't do sitting down. Are you that way? Well, I can sit right here for a little bit, but over there in front of the sewing machine, I wasn't going to be able to do it. One of them. There's 2. Didn't get that all the way through. Now, back to this chair. I've done, Carol, I've done that before too. Sewed them together. Oh, well, this is just a scrappy quilt, so it'd be okay. I mean, if I find it sewed together, but I don't see them. They're not here on these pieces. Let me get these pressed. I'm gonna get my board over here. And as I press them, I'm going to lay them down there like they go. What I'm going to do. Well, y'all can't see that. When I was showing y'all what I'm doing, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir because most of y'all are expert quilters. And me, I just get her done, but mine ain't perfect. Cindy, no garden, trying to find veggies, but it's hard. Peas, $40 a 40 pounds, 45 a bushel. Oh. I used to get peaches every summer, and I'd can and put up peaches. But when peaches got to be $100 a bushel, nah, I'm not canning no more peaches. Not at that price. And that's even if you go pick your own. All right, now I've got my little flying geese already. So I'm going to sew this block together. Isn't that pretty? That's just yellow and pink and green. I think it's pretty. So, but I've got to sew this piece to this piece. I've actually got a little bit more corn in the refrigerator that I've got to cut off the cob today. Should have done it yesterday, but I was not babysitting that contractor, but I was up in the house when he was up in the house at the shop. And it took a little while to do it, but I left it on last night, set it way up high, that thermostat on that mini split. So I'm hoping when I walk in the door up there sometime today, it'd be nice and cool. $120 corn. Good morning, Carol Doll. Let me go back. I missed them. Good morning, Rita and Early Risers from Carol Doll. Nobody's perfect but Jesus. And I'm happy with my quilts. One more. Bernice Pooh started tilling the garden yesterday for fall planting. We haven't, usually down here where I'm at, when you dig the potatoes and take out some of the stuff, you plant the peas. But so Terry needs to get it all tilled up and peas planted. But then you got to wait. Of course, we had some rain, but you got to wait sometime in the summertime because it's too dry and hard to till. Let me press these. Put them on the board. There we go. I've sewed that one to that one on all four of them now. They're all ready to be put together. Look at it. On one of them, y'all might have been watching when I had one of those turned wrong like that. But that white goes to the center. I'm happy. I'm happy with those colors. They make me smile. They're just happy, bright, sunshiny colors. I know some people work with black in quilts, but that's just not me. I've bought some pre-cuts that had black in it, but if I was picking colors, I wouldn't pick the blacks as much as I would the yellows and the greens and the bright, colorful colors. But I have put black in a quilt before. But I don't think my Sunday drive needs black. Carol, my mama is doing good. My mama's doing fine, Carol. Thank you for asking. She's doing good for 89. Have you ever seen a baby take its first steps and think that is boring? I know how to walk. It's exciting, and watching quilting is always exciting, even if we quilted for 30 years. I get excited when I make one block and it's turned out so pretty. That excites me. And I don't know this one here. I'm just real happy with this one this morning. I'm just loving that yellow. And I've got another yellow one over there. This one is yellow and pink and those little green leaves. This other yellow has some little red in it. '89. Yeah, Mama's 89. Colors, you like colors too. Now, got those all. Get those sewed together. Let's see what Bernice said. Rita, do you know if you can steal pine shavings? If you can till pine shavings from the coop into the garden as a fertilizer. Pine and I bet you could, but I'd be careful that it wouldn't make things too hot. Because, you can fertilize too hot and it'll kill stuff. That'd be what I'd but if you spread it out thin over a big area, I think it'd be fine. Dee likes colors. Don't care for solids much. I like the florals. I'm a floral person myself. How long have I been on here? 55 minutes. Let me get this. get this one out of here and hang it on the wall where I can look at it and admire it a little bit. Florals and everything. Blue. You're a blue person. Ooh, blue and yellow. I really think on a quilt, oh, I like everything. But I look at yellows and say yellows are pretty. But I don't make everything yellow, but I do like yellow. One more side here. Linda likes greens. I like greens. I'd have to tell you, and I have some friends that love purple, but I'm just not a purple person. And purples are pretty, but I mean, but they're not my favorite. Yellow, purple, orange, green. We just love all colors. And it takes all of them to make things pretty. I wouldn't want to just settle for one color. Now, I like that one, don't you? Let me press it, and then I'm going to hang it up there behind me. Pressing something I do better from standing up, too. All right, let's see. Where should I put it? I'm going to put it right in that spot right there. Now, does that look pretty? What am I going to do now? I'm going to sew me these little points. 2, 3, 4. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little 2-inch squares here. That's going to be the start point on that red one up there. Kind of like flying geese on the end of this sashing. And this sashing is a 3.5. Let's cut that with my scissors. Bernice, in the pattern, let's see. Let me go back and read it. They're cutting up in the book, Bernice. They're cutting up a 10-inch square, but that's not what I did. I did mine a little different. There we go. The materials for the Sunday drive was a 10-inch square, And then solid for the background. The outer border, binding. But they cut up 10-inch squares for those blocks. But I didn't do that. I'm just using what that's the way they cut it. But I just kind of improvised and using up some of these scraps. And let's see, what Miss Carol said. The older I get, the more I like bright colors. Yes. Teal. Yes, the colors and the interplay between them. And I've never finished a quilt and had those little, what are that? And had those little stars in between the sashing. And I think that's just adding a bunch to it. Just making it more cheerful. And on that sashing, if you can see, all you do do the little flying geese on the end of it. Let me hang this and back up here where I was going to put it. Let me stand up where I can see what I'm doing. It would be easy. I'm trying to get all them star points all of the same. So this is going to be the tricky part, is not getting them confused. So on the next ones, I'll have to put the yellow here and a yellow up here and a yellow over here. So that's going to be the part that's going to be a little harder to keep straight, but maybe I can do it. The block is 12.5. That's a 12.5-inch block. Maybe I will use the Chelsea one. Ooh, that would be bright and colorful. It would. Sometimes I think about going back there in the shop and getting some of those layer cakes, but I try not to because I got most of them to sell. So I don't all the time. So I don't know. I'm happy with my Scrappy one back here. Let's see. Let me hang this one back up here. Where am I going to put it? Oops, put it. It's not pressed yet, but I'll get to that later. How many do I have now? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've only got 6 made, but they're coming along. I've been busy. This is not all I've been working on. Well, I've talked for an hour. I'm going to get off here and go start the rest of my day because I have some other things I have to get tended to. And I can't wait to get back to this one. Wonder what color that one. I need to get a red to go with that one, don't I? Find something with some red in it. Let me lay these out here. This is going to be the next one. Got my little 2-inch squares here. Dealing my fabric out here. Putting my puzzle together. Because I don't want to use the green again yet. I want this one to be different. Oh, I found another block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7. Let's put this one back up there at the top. I'm gonna have to cut. I'm gonna cut some more of them that sashing too. I don't have all those cut yet. I cut part of them, but not all of them. Yeah, I gotta. Here will be my next one now. Y'all all have a wonderful, blessed day. See you. I might see you later today or tonight. We might do a live stream tonight. Just depends. Have a terrific Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. It might be a good day to make some burritos or something. I might do that. Might have burritos today. I've thought out some hamburger meat and I need to make something with it. If I had some beans, beef and bean burrito, I think that may be what we have for maybe lunch and supper both. Okay, I'm going to end it. I just keep saying I'm going to, and then I don't. So I see all y'all around the YouTube world. Have a great day. Ending the stream.